What's going on, folks? TJ Lauerman, aka That Sports Gamer here, head of Community 4 Out of the Park Developments. And we are back here with another episode of our Baseball America Prospects League. And as most times, we are joined by Executive Editor of Baseball America, JJ Cooper. JJ, how's it going?
Good. How are you doing, TJ?
I am doing great. I had to go into the office for my day job. The air conditioner wasn't working. It was awesome. About 1,000 degrees. But, that's why I'm just so happy to be here doing this. Though I have to turn the air conditioner off.
I actually went into the office today for one of the rare times because we have a issue coming out. I wanted to look at some things that could only do in the office, and I describe the Baseball America offices like it's like when have you ever seen Chernobyl? Like how they just left it there and like it's still it's got some dust on it and all, but basically it's pretty much just like it was at that point. Well, we have the way when we do the magazine, we put up pictures of every page on a glass wall we have in for the conference room. And it's our way of keeping track of what's done, what's not done, what we need to work on, all that. And it's still all up there for the Major League Baseball preview, but which of course is the issue, not the Major League preview for July when they actually played the season, but the Major League preview from before coronavirus. And so it is really kind of like stepping into a time capsule in some ways.
Yeah, I walked in and I was like, I don't remember anything from 5 months ago. I'm like, I hope I cleaned out my coffee cup, because if not, that's going to be real weird looking. But yeah, if you guys aren't familiar with the Baseball America Prospects League, what we did a few weeks ago was JJ and the team at Baseball America put together 30 rosters, one per Major League Baseball team, of their top prospects. Our idea was, since we're not really having minor league baseball, what would a kind of like a Florida, Arizona fall league look like, which we might actually get in real life, but
we hope, but looking less and less likely, unfortunately, I'd say.
And a lot of the players that we have in here now won't be there because they're major leaguers now, so probably won't have to worry about a lot of these guys.
Like which I'm watching right now, Tarek Skubal.
No Skubal spoilers in the chat. JJ's trying to get caught up.
It's okay. It's okay if you want to spoil it for me. I have enough of an idea. But that's, if you look at me wondering why I'm looking off screen, I have Skubal up to my left. So
yeah, we've been going along with the Baseball America Prospects League for this is the 8th stream that we've done. Last week we did the All-Star game in which Gavin Lux won the MVP. Somehow, I think he walked. I'm not really sure how he got the MVP, but hey, he earned it.
He walked?
I think he walked, maybe scored, maybe got a single. We were very perplexed by it.
Sounds like a very strange MVP performance.
It was a very weird game. Not a lot happened. It was interesting. Well worth a watch if you want to go watch the archive on youtube.com/OOTP developments. Yeah, I wore my Tigers hat tonight.
I hate to say it, but you're not selling it there too hard there, TJ.
Hey, I mean, it's interesting. It's very interesting to go watch.
It's not exactly going to make me tear back to get that.
I don't think I would have given him my vote. I would have given it to Ginkle. Ginkle, a guy.
Yeah.
I think he threw 2 innings. He came in. I think he closed it out for 2 innings to get the win. So
there's a Ginkle. There's been a Gunkle.
Is it Tarek or is it Tariq? I mean, you know how these minor league names are. getting more confused every day.
Now. He's up at TJ. So Christian Pache is up in the majors today.
I know, and to celebrate him being in the majors, they decided to put Marcelo Zuna in the outfield. So I don't understand baseball in 2020 anymore. It's completely lost me.
No, none of us do, because I'm still of the mind that a home run at any point in the game is a very good thing.
Yeah. Why are we giving away free pitches to let guys back into bats? I don't understand.
I'm crazy that way. I think that grand slams are good.
Yeah, I feel like unwritten rules remain unwritten, because if you wrote them down, people would be like, "What are you doing here? Why would you write this? This is just stupid." But one thing I want to jump on, because we've been talking about it the last couple times, there have been some more developments in the minor league baseball side of their negotiations with the MLB. If you want to hit on that a little bit.
Sure. So last time I was on, I think we had just had the at that point, minor league baseball's president Pat O'Connor had just disbanded the original negotiating team, the group that had been negotiating with Major League Baseball, for pretty much since before the season was scheduled to start, and replaced them with a transition committee that was a different group of MILB officials and owners. And then the board of trustees came back and said, we want a different negotiating committee, but they also acknowledged that Pat O'Connor does have the right to name the negotiating committee. So they put together a negotiating committee, which includes 3 members of the group that Pat O'Connor let go on the negotiating committee that was on the original negotiating committee. And that was approved yesterday with an addition of an additional owner and of a legal counsel that was both named by Pat O'Connor. So the summary of that is that we're pretty much back now to where we were 2 weeks ago in large part, but the difference being that it's 2 weeks closer. Now there are 44 days until the current deal between the majors and minors expires. And 44 days is not a whole lot of time to figure out structure of the minors for the next 5, 10, 15, or 20 years. So it could be a 20-year deal.
Especially with all the changes that are most likely going to happen in this. So,
yes. I mean, there are absolutely positively going to be a whole lot of changes. Like even the MILB proposal that they sent a couple of weeks ago had 120 full season clubs. They had something a little clever in it where they would say half the season would be in the Florida State League for some, and then half the season in New York Penn. So you'd save more minor league teams that currently exist. But at the end of the day, it was going to be 120 full season clubs. There are 160 right now. So even minor league baseball's proposals acknowledge there's not going to be short season ball, rookie ball going forward. So I would say it's safe to say if minor league baseball is proposing things that eliminate that, we can say this is going to be the most massive change in the minors in at least 50 years, I would say, or close to 50 years. 1962 is the last time they kind of lopped off and reorganized it.
So definitely head over to baseballamerica.com and follow all of JJ's posts for that. I think JJ's been working on this for, 2 years you've been following this story, something like that?
Yeah, pretty much. Well, I'll try. Again, there, it's, if there is a bright side and there not being a minor league season, there are no bright sides and there not being a minor league season. But I don't know when I was asleep if there was minor league seasons. They have this. But no, I rock this. There will still be AZL, DSL, GCL. Those are the non-ticket buying leagues, which gets really confusing in this. Trying to keep this non-confusing is always difficult because those are leagues that don't sell tickets. So those are not part of the National Association members like this, but at the same time, they will survive this.
Mm-hmm. And I don't want to go into it so that we can jump into the BAPL League stuff. But I think there was a post, an article up on Baseball America today talking about how the Dominican Winter Leagues, how it's going to be hard to get a spot in there.
Yes.
That's what
Yes.
I can read tweets. I can remember tweets from top of my head. Pretty good at that.
Yes. So basically, it's going to be a shorter season this year in the Dominican Winter League. And on top of that, you're probably going to have more good prospects trying to play in the Dominican Winter League than you've seen in years, decades, ever. It's something where if you're a good prospect, especially if you're a good Dominican prospect, there's a very high likelihood that you're going to want to play. Recently, not that long ago, there was actually a trade. Wander Franco was traded in a deal for O'Neill Cruz, Dominican Winter Ball. Not this real. Is not a Pirates Rays deal. This is a Dominican Winter League deal. I think Escondido was one of the teams involved in it. And that was because that kind of trade cleared the way for Wander Franco, the team that he wants to play for. So, is more likely to play for. But we could see Wander Franco, O'Neill Cruz. We could see a whole lot of prospects playing in the Dominican Winter League.
Yeah. So, again, baseballamerica.com. Go over there, read all the good stuff. Membership started as low as $6.25 a month. You can also follow them on Twitter at Baseball America. You can also follow JJ on Twitter at JJCoop36. And let's get into the BAPL. I wore the Tigers hat.
Let's jump in.
I wore the Tigers hat just because big week for the Tigers. Again, every Tuesday that we do this stream, something big's happening. So tonight for the Tigers, Tarek Skubal's pitching his first game, and then tomorrow Casey Mize is getting his first start. Both picks from the 2018 draft, and I'm sure you can rattle off what numbers they are in Detroit's prospect list.
Mize is 2 now because Torkelson's 1 now, and Skubal is 3 or 4. He's 34th overall in our top 100. I can't remember if we had Manning right above him or right below him, but they have 4 guys in the very high up, and yeah. So only the arrival of Spencer Torkelson keeping them from being. But if I remember right, again, I don't have it in front of me. I will have that answer for you. I should have that off the top of my head, but
I mean, I shouldn't have jumped on you with it. I should have.
That's all right.
I should have had my page open with it. I'm sure Alex has the page open. He can get it.
I can have the answer for you real soon. And the answer is, I know this is really extreme, the way we do this, but
well, while you do that, I can tell people that currently the Tigers
Torque 1, Mize 2, Manning 3, Skubal 4, Riley Green 5. So all in the top 100.
And those are all important players in the BAPL, except for Torkelson, because we don't have.
We didn't put draftees in because when we
draft.
started this, they hadn't been signed.
Yeah. So the Tigers currently 57 and 52, 8.5 games back, only a half game out of the second wild card spot in the American League, and we're not using any of these crazy 2020 rules. This is a full 162 game season. Your division leaders get in 2 wild cards. That's it. No crazy extra inning rules, which we could turn on if we wanted to, I guess, but we didn't do any of that. Cardinals 57-52, and that's a lot because of those young arms. Casey Mize leading the team with a 2.74 ERA. He's 10-8 and 163 strikeouts in 160 and 2/3 innings. So he's doing pretty good for them.
Who will start? Who's also coming up this week, obviously.
Yep. Skubal 2.78 ERA with 153 Ks in 139 in the 3rd innings. So he's doing pretty good. And
has 14 wins. If you're old school.
And then, actually Manning, he's 9-13, but still a 3.13 ERA, and he's striking out pretty much a guy an inning. So they're all doing good. Their whole rotation, their whole ERA is sub 3.5. Actually, 3 of their guys, including Franklin Perez, sub 3. Joey Wentz is got a .76 ERA. Brian Garcia's got 19 saves and 2.33 ERA.
Again, in our case, Joey Wentz healthy.
Yeah. Also, since there's probably a lot of new people here, we don't have injuries on, and players are playing at what we had them rated at the beginning of the season. No extra potential or anything, just what we thought they were going into the season as. So you're going to have guys like Mize and Skubal, who are essentially major league ready talent. As you can see, they're going into the majors now, facing guys that spent 3 months in ball last year. They got drafted.
And in the case of Jason Dominguez, a guy who literally has yet to play official pro game.
Yeah, I think we need to. I think we still have him on the bench. We should probably just make him a starter just to see what happens.
It won't be pretty, I don't think. We've seen a couple of guys who kind of pushed. By the way, I expect that we're not seeing this in this, but that Derek Hill has probably made 40 great highlight catches like he did in summer camp.
Was he in the
and
All-Star
also leading
games?
them in home runs? So
I forget who the center fielders were in the All-Star game for this, but they were making highlight reel catches. It was pretty amazing out there.
As I think Alex noted, but it is impressive how tight the NL Central was.
Yeah, we've got the Reds at 59 and 49, the Cardinals at 60 and 50. So the Cardinals played a couple extra games. Pirates are only 3 games back at 56 and 52. A lot of teams playing close to or over 500. So the Cardinals right now would be the second wild card in that division.
The stunning one to me is how bad the Padres have been.
I don't get it. 52 and 57, 10 games back.
Not even in the wild card battle, really. By the way, Adrian Marjon looked really good today at the big league level. Another young pitcher. He was throwing 96, 97, and was just the changeup was just filthy.
Yeah, and Patino's got a 2.11 ERA. Gore's got a 2.35 ERA. Baez is a 2.45 ERA. Morjon is 2.91 ERA. Bullpen's pitching pretty good. I really don't get it.
Aren't scoring,
but their guys are hitting. Mejia's Green,
I don't
278.
I don't have a good explanation for it. I think Campusano's been great.
Let's take a quick look. Maybe like the run differential's a lot of whack or something.
We last time we looked at it 2 weeks ago, that was the case. They had some truly awful close games.
Right? Weren't they like? Yeah, they're really bad close games. Yeah, they are 9 and 23.
Yeah, the Rangers look away from the Rangers fans. Look away. And at the same time, look at the Braves. You know, the Braves and Mariners. Again, this is hope for the Mariners. Look at that run differential.
Yeah, the Padres are 9 and 23 in one run games. Go Mets! They're 9 and 21.
That's a problem.
Yeah, that's not gonna.
We need to take Mackenzie Gore and pitch him, as the closer.
I would be down for that.
Or Patino.
But yeah, But I mean, Andres Munoz pitching well. Javi Guerra pitching well. Maybe they're just getting.
Don't have a whole lot of explanation for this.
Maybe it's his middle relief has given up that extra run. That's causing the problem.
And by the way, the fact that Anderson Espinosa is pitching in this,
Yeah.
I think the last time Espinosa pitched, we may have been. It may have been actually in a previous presidential administration.
Yes. Right, because he won in 16, so he take over in 17. Yeah, he was in A-ball in 2016.
Yeah, he will not. Unfortunately for him, he will not pitch during an entire 4 years of administration.
But hey, we've learned this year that's not really a problem, right? Look at how Bard's doing for the Rockies. So
that is true.
Things are crazy. So again, 2020, very, very weird.
Very weird.
But since you did mention,
show me the leaders.
Well, but hold on, you mentioned the Braves, so let's go take a look at the Braves.
Okay. That's not because I mentioned the Braves. Yeah, that's because TJ's always going to check out the Braves.
You brought up Pache. You checked out their run differential. They're looking pretty good. Drew Waters, 289, 11 home runs. Pache, 282, 5 home runs. So, imagine Kyle Wright was getting a 209 ERA in the majors. That's pretty awesome.
We'd be thrilled because the Braves' problem is that they have 3 members of the rotation who struggle to get out of the third.
I would be very hard pressed to say that they have 3 members of their rotation.
Well, Robbie Erlin pitched well this weekend, which was kind of out of the blue. So they got Max Fried.
Oh, we got Tyler Matzik. Let's have him start.
They've thought about it. I mean, the Soroka injury, not good.
Yeah.
Chris Givens?
Hey, 33 home runs, leading the AL. It's pretty good.
Luis Robert.
Yeah. Alcantara doing his thing.
I don't think anyone will, Okay, and by the way, I know we have a lot of newbies here, but I'll say this. Cardinal Fan 3000 asking how's Gordon and Carlson doing is something that it's a DiMaggio-like streak. I believe that we are 8 for 8. So
yes.
I tip my cap.
So yeah, Gitten's doing pretty good. Luis Robert doing Luis Robert things. I feel like this is the first time his on base has been super high. 383. Lamonte Wade Jr. up to 454 right now. Pretty good. Kyle Lewis, 33 doubles. Jorge Mateo, who we still haven't traded, with 11 triples. He's doing pretty good there. Nick Heath alert, up to 43. We should get like a thing, like a special graphic for Nick Heath when we see how many stolen bases he has. 29 for Khalil Lee. So I'm assuming that tandem has more stolen bases than a lot of teams in this league.
I would say that's comfortably.
Brayton Bishop should probably stop running. 18 steals, 13 caught.
I think Luis Basabe was just DFA'd, so bad week for him.
It's not good.
Yeah. Hey, I rock this. I mean, he's on pace for it. We still have a good bit of the season. Yeah.
Austin Hayes, 56 extra base hits.
BP Hilb. The thing I would say about Carlson versus Rasmus is I do think, I mean, Rasmus was an absolute legit prospect, and obviously I'd say he's had a career, but it hadn't been everything kind of hoped. But I would say um, that Carlson has definitely a better hit tool. I would say actually Rasmus, you could argue, was maybe a little bit toolsier, but as far as skills, Carlson has better baseball skills than Rasmus did the same age.
Oh, and also with no injuries on, you're going to notice that some of these numbers are pretty high, like Wyatt Mills having 33 saves before
I mean,
on July
Casey
30th.
Mize is at 162, 161 innings.
You cannot slow him down. Tyler Ivey, the last guy under a 2 ERA in the American League with a 183. Kopech and Skubal tied for 14 wins.
Brendan McKay, bad news today.
Oh no, I didn't see.
Shoulder injury. Got shoulder surgery out until 2021.
So you need that arm to swing? He's a lefty. You probably need that arm to swing.
Yes, I think if you have shoulder surgery, they don't want you. I mean, yeah.
If it's an elbow, you're good. But if the
elbow's one thing, well, no. But once they do the surgery, you're not good. Yeah. And his value is as a pitcher, so you need to have the surgery.
Yeah. What do we got? Dunning, still 3 complete games.
Dunning was making his debut this week too, I believe.
Yeah, see. What do we got here? Hector Yan, 86 walks. Not great. Smeltzer, 8.1 Ks per walk. Well, that's pretty good.
Joe Ryan, 12.3 Ks per 9.
Alex Fado, 22 home
runs. Like I said, I apologize, guys, but y'all are going to see my very prominent nose looking up because my TV's up in the corner, and I'm seeing Skubal try to survive here, which I don't think is going to go well.
Okay. Also, Justin Dunn, we don't see him on a ton of these, at the top of a ton of these things, but he's 13-1 with a 2.78 ERA.
Whew.
138 Ks and 132 and 2/3 innings. He's pitched really good. And I mean, I don't know if people saw the Mariners 74-35. They're good.
I Mariners fans have never seen anything like that. But if you did, I imagine it would work out really well in the playoffs. If the Mariners team ever won 110 or plus games, like that.
Yeah,
can't go poorly.
Sheffield and Dunn both have 13 wins. Brendan Williamson has 11. Wyatt Mills, as we said, 33 saves, hitting a bunch of home runs. So
a bunch of home runs.
That Cano trade really working out well for them. I don't know how it's working out for the Mets. Probably
not. Very poorly. Very poorly.
All right.
Good news is they only have Cano for another 5 years.
5, I think 5. Sounds about right. Back to the NL side of the leaderboards. I'm gonna guess. Just gonna go out on a limb here and say that Carter Kieboom is still pretty much everywhere. Yes, Carter Kieboom, still pretty much everywhere. Let me. We're better down there.
Carter Kieboom. Ivanel Isabel running away with a home run crown.
Yeah, 31 home runs and no stolen bases. Right, I didn't expect that. Oh no, the strikeouts doesn't show up in the little tooltip, so we'll see that very shortly.
Yeah, it's coming. It's I'm sure ample.
Kieboom leading in pretty much any kind of slash that you want. 351 average, 445 on base, and 612 slugging, which makes a 1057 OPS. Pretty good. Pretty good.
Very good.
Let's see. Also leads the league in hits with 143. Actually tied with Brandon Rogers, who's also Rogers also scored 91 runs. So they're doing pretty good. Jonathan Daza, 36 doubles. Actually, a lot of guys with 36 doubles. Him, Ke'Bryan Hayes, and Rogers. 26 steals for C.J.
Closer
Abrams.
Stolen base race in the NL.
Slightly closer. They'd still be like 4th in the American League. So Ibidel, 165 Ks on July 30th. What does that put us at for a estimate of projection? 248. Do we think he can get to 250? 250 is not out of the question. Just saying.
No, it's not.
I mean, we could bench him, but you can't bench him with the power.
No, you cannot bench the home run leader.
He's a modern-day Chris Davis, who's also a modern-day Chris Davis. And either one.
And Tim Anderson, yeah, I'm behind, but Tim Anderson is having a day, and that means that Derek Skubal's not.
You aren't listening to it, I assume, because you're listening to me.
No, I just got it up there. Like I said, I started it. I'm just trying to watch the Skubal innings. So
it's funny as Anderson was batting, you could see him. He moved up in the plate because he assumed he was going to get like a low and in slider, and then he got one and drove it pretty good
on the 0-2 count too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
What else?
So what do we got tonight?
So tonight we have a couple of options. First, what we're going to do is I'm going to come over here and hopefully remember how to do a giveaway. We're going to be giving away a 1-month subscription to baseballamerica.com, assuming I can do this.
And man, we've got a lot of potential winners here. A tax stream.
All right. I think I know how to do a giveaway. Assuming I can spell all these words right. And I did. Ticket cost 0. Maximum 1. I think that's it. That looks like it. It should type something in the chat, but it didn't.
This is also part of the experience. Okay, is TJ going to get the...
Oh. No, I screwed it up. 1 second, guys. Yeah, 1-month subscription to Baseball America. You can go read all of the great posts by JJ and the team. Oh, now I'm looking at last week's giveaway. Okay. Yeah, then we'll take a look at who's going tonight. So yeah, usually what happens is we talk for the first half about what's been going on in real baseball, what's been going on in the
there
league.
it is.
There we go. Type !ticket into the chat. And while you guys are doing that, we will take a look at the matchups for tonight's stream. We have guys with great names. Roanzi Contreras against Jay Groom. Brady Singer.
Who is I've actually been able to watch. He's pitching at the alt site.
I think Groom pitched today, right?
If he did today, I missed it, but that doesn't mean he didn't.
I want to say him and Mata both pitched today. But I could be wrong.
I may have to go back and try to watch that.
Then we got Brady Singer and Matt Manning, Kopech and Ethan Hankins, Justice Sheffield and Jose Soriano.
Justice Sheffield, who's been as good in real life this year, much better than last year as he has been in BAPL.
We got Ricky Vanesco.
Vanesco, who was just added to the alt site for the Rangers last week, I believe.
I think the real question is, when is Tebow getting added to the alt site? Now that there's going to be no college football to him to go leave and do coverage of, why can't we get him there? That's my question.
I'm okay with this.
Why isn't Tebow in the BAPL? That is the question the people in the chat want to know the answer to.
He did not make the Mets top 30. That is why.
Vanesco versus Oakland's James with a last name
Caprellian.
There we go. Caprellian?
Yes. If you have questions, I can try. A lot of these guys I've had to learn for a long time.
I'm still very upset about this noisy guy from
Sheldon Noisy.
I don't like that.
Who has a brother? You have to learn about his brother too. He's got a brother.
None of those letters spelt noisy when I was looking at it. Matt Liberatore.
Oh, no. Oh, okay. So I'm going to find this and I'm going to put it in the chat.
Laboratory.
Liberatore. Okay, because
I think my father-in-law takes that. So he doesn't have to go to the bathroom. There was a guy
drafted this year. And it's going to be bad for you, TJ. I'm just warning you right now.
Is it Bob? We got a baby Eats a Boy, because love him.
This is the Pirates supplemental first round pick 2020.
I'm gonna go with at least one of those letters is silent.
Give it a try.
I'm gonna go with Lodzinski. Is the M silent?
Lodzinski.
What?
That's one that I had to hear like 10 times before I got it.
Was there a G in there?
There is not, but it is Lodzinski.
Lodzinski. Did I catch a niner? All right, so Matt L. and Ethan Small. Corey Abbott versus Seth Corey. A battle of the Corys. Nick Neidhart and Josh Wolf. Vladimir Gutierrez and Bryce Wilson. Edwin Uceta.
Mm-hmm.
All right. He's the easy one of him and John Duplantier.
Duplantier,
I believe is how it is.
Yeah, Duplantier. It is Duplantier.
And then we have Eric Miller and
also
Mackenzie.
the brother or cousin.
Is it Josh?
So
Is his cousin
again,
Josh?
we have Alex asking to start with. Do we have a Coors game?
Oh God, Coors games. Those are the worst.
What is the Twitch? We have almost 300 people here. What do you guys want to watch?
I mean, we could also look at tomorrow's starters. Creamer and Kay. That rhymes. Medina and Ward. Scoball and Cower.
Kowar.
God.
Jackson Kowar.
He threw a great game.
Same Florida rotation with Brady Singer.
3 weeks ago, when it was me and Josh, he threw a great game. He threw the game that went into extra innings. Thompson and Allen. Brown and Smeltzer. Gilbert and, geez, why do I even try to do this? Kakanowitz?
I'm sorry, I don't remember how to pronounce Jack's name, but I don't want to do it wrong.
Is it Jack Kakanowitz?
We're gonna go with that. That one I drew it.
Oh, I don't give an AJ Puck. How to say it? Gold, Puck and Win, Kelly and Jensen, Thompson and Keller. There's a lot of guys. We got a lot of options here. McKay and Richardson, Sanchez and Smith.
We seem to have a lot of Mariners love here. You know what? I wouldn't mind watching one of these two Mariners games, considering I don't think we've done a Mariners game yet, and they are basically the 27 Yankees of the BAPL.
So we got the Mariners and the Angels, which is Sheffield and Soriano. And then the next game is Gilbert and Kakanowitz, which means I get to say Kakanowitz a lot more.
Yeah, I'd say let's go, I think we got to do that one.
All right, we will do that. Hopefully I don't accidentally hit a button and we miss that game. But okay. Kakanowitz. Rich is writing up my pink slip right now. Pink slip? No, that's Cars. Is it?
Yeah, pink slip will, yeah. But it's both. It can be both. It works both ways.
Jack Kakanowitz. That's got to be how you say it, right? It can't be like...
I think so.
All right. All right, so let's... Go ahead. Oh, yeah, we should probably pick a winner.
You want to close the ticket?
Let's close this thing. 70 people in here this time. I'll give you like 5 more seconds to type in !ticket. That actually means I have to give them like 10 seconds because there's a delay. It's a whole thing. See? Flip Dog.
Good job, Flip Dog. Good job, Stanzak.
And Rampkin. Look, see? This is why
we're going to be at it.
You see, this is why we had to do it. We really Kakanowitz this one up, didn't we? Hey, this is the last one. It's over. Oh, God. See? That's the problem with the delay. I say it, and then Pike Steve gets in. I wonder if it's Mass Pike Steve. Rye on Twitch. What are we doing here?
Oh, he was trying to do it again.
Oh, he was trying to be a funny guy. Now it's closed. All right. The winner is... A Hayes FX93. Look at that. See? You get in there late. I don't know how giveaways work, but... A Hayes 90...
Yeah, I like the Mariners' chances here. This is the Angels trying to pull off an upset here, but they do have the absolutely mashing Jared Walsh with his 28 home runs. They do have Joe Adele.
Okay, I'm going to have A Hayes contact Alex, and then we'll get him all taken care of. And then TJ's got to email BJ. A lot of J's, a lot of juniors. Again, I don't know if we've discussed
if
them.
it doesn't work out, I'll get involved and you'll have a JJ.
I don't know if we've discussed this. The current crop of Major League Baseball players, the best group of juniors there's ever been.
Well, it's hard to beat the best junior we've ever had.
But I think on a grouping,
maybe on a grouping, but I mean,
Tatis, Acuna,
it's hard. Ken Griffey Jr. Trying to think of who else was at the juniors at the time.
You can't think of anything. See,
that is true.
That's how good they are. All right, so barring the manager making any changes while we're not paying attention, the Mariners have Braden Bischoff leading off. Bishop.
Braden Bishop.
I screwed up myself by calling him Bischoff because leading off.
They call him Donovan there, but I go by Donnie. That feels Donnie when he was at Oklahoma State, if I remember right.
Donnie Walton at second, Evan White at first, Kyle Lewis in right, Jake Fraley in left. Jake Fraley currently on fire. Former Met Jared Kelenic at DH. Austin Shelton,
who just homered over the batter's eye in center field at their alt site. It was a monster shot.
Carter Binns behind the plate, and Logan Gilbert on the mound. For the Angels, Brandon Marsh in right, Deshaun Knowles in left, Joe Adell in center, Jared Walsh at first, Jack Kruger behind the plate, Franklin Torres at second, Kyron Paris at DH,
Rivera.
That's in my. I think that's in my moisturizer. Aloe vera. Close enough. Jose Bonilla at third, and I gotta buy a Jack Kakanowitz jersey.
By the way, Flip Dog, I would give you that as the second best junior. I'm still going to go King Griffey Jr. better than Ripken, but
they did play at the same time.
They did play at the same time, though. You're right. So that may be still the best juniors.
That might be a great junior combination. Now we need to see who else was there. Maybe Juan Soto's a junior, and it'll solve everything for us. Is this the greatest grouping of Victor Reyes?
By the way, I will give you all information, news here. Fernando Tatis Jr. is not a junior.
Is he a third?
He is a third. I found that out when I was writing the Fernando Tatis piece back when he was in coming out of A-ball.
I don't know where I was listening to it. People were talking about juniors and thirds and stuff. I think I'm technically a second and not actually supposed to be a junior. Because
I'm a junior.
Because me and my father have the exact same name, even same middle name.
No, I do. So do I. I think you can still be a junior, and that's the case.
See,
I'm the same way.
Yeah.
My dad and I have the same name. And my driver's license does not say junior on it, so technically, I could try to impersonate a much older name.
So let me ask you a question. You have a lot of problems getting your driver's license renewed, don't you? Because I assume you have lots of documents.
I'm in a different state now.
No, because I have a lot of documents that are junior and some are not junior. They get very cranky at the DMV.
I rock this. I don't believe Alberto is a junior because he has a brother who also played in the minors who was Raul Mondesi Jr. Although I know that Alberto Mondesi went by Raul Mondesi Jr. for a while. This gets very confusing.
Oh, my God. Mike Stanton Jr., I believe is what his name is. I wonder if his name's really Junior. I don't know if I can check that out. Kakanowitz gets first out.
As we say, every time I see fans in the stands now, it looks, like, are we watching a Fox game? Or are they?
I saw one of those.
They actually are. They're computer-generated fans. So what am I saying?
I saw one of those Fox games, and I was like, oh, this is weird. This is very weird.
Yeah, sorry, steamrollers. The guards, I mean, the thing about it is Tatis was part of one of the great international classes of all time, but he was not thought to be, one of the best guys in that class. He was thought to be, there was concerns at the time, which I know sound hilarious now, that his body was, headed in the wrong direction and he was going to, kind of get bigger and he would have to really hit. And you look at him now and go, wait, no, he's one of the best athletes in the game.
And now every time he hits a Grand Slam, we get to see someone say one more, and he ties his father for Grand Slam.
Yes, every time.
We had an amazing catch by Joe Adell.
We did.
Brandon Marsh leads off the bottom of the first with a walk. and Deshaun Knowles immediately strikes out, which doesn't really help out the cause.
I agree with you, Tokai. I do prefer no fans more than CGI fans.
Oh, Brandon Marsh steals second. Throw goes into center field, and he takes third. I still don't know how Tatis was safe. They must have had an extra camera angle that I didn't see.
Yeah, it got dark quick here.
Yeah, it's already 7:22 p.m. on the West Coast. So.
But like, I'm talking like that sun went down like, I mean, an eclipse like sun, Flip
Joe
dog,
Dell.
Jose Cruz Jr., and now we have Trey
Ooh.
Cruz playing, which is Jose Cruz the third.
Did Trey Griffey ever go anywhere in football? 'Cause I remember he was pretty good.
He was a Steelers practice squatter. But Trey Cruz was a third-round pick of the Tigers this year, so just entered pro ball.
And then we got to wait, 3 years for Marquise Grissom Jr.?
Yeah, he's prominent. He'll be a dude. He is a dude. I shouldn't say he'll be. He is a dude as a pitcher. I kind of like when the offspring kind of goes in a little bit of a different direction.
Yeah. Well, I think I was watching.
And we also have, and we also have coming up. I mean, this is Offspring City right now. We've got, because we've also, offspring-wise, we've got Jack Leiter coming too.
Mm-hmm. He was just up here last week checking out a Somerset Patriots game because Mark Leiter Jr. was pitching.
Speaking of juniors.
Speaking of kids, is Charlie Lebrandt's son starting tonight? Or no, he got called up.
Got called up
from the Marlins.
Jared Kelenic. There he goes. Triple? No, tag up. He did get caught. It was caught. Tag.
Yeah, he got caught.
Caught and tag.
Fraley then hits a single. Or no, what? Yeah, caught and tag. Yes.
Caught and tag.
So runners on first and third for.
Yes, Pat Mahomes. By the way, also has a baseball. I think I saw Mahomes play in high school. If I remember. Yeah, I'm quite sure I did.
Is Drew Jones actually Drew, or is he Andrew Jones Jr.?
I think he is Andrew Jones Jr. because it is DRU. So, which by the way makes me feel epically old, because at that point I will have seen the careers of Vladimir Guerrero in A-ball and Andrew Jones in A-ball, followed by both of their sons.
Marte gets a single, drives in Kyle Lewis, Fraley to third, tie it up for the Mariners.
Steamrollers, I do think that's probably true, and I think part of that is, I mean, obviously there's a athletic talent, there's a component like that that gets handed down. But I mean, baseball's such a skill game. One of the absolute advantages you have is if you are the son of a big leaguer, you're going to be exposed to top-level baseball from a very early age, but also not just that. You're going to have someone who can really help you and has the resources to help you get better and better. And I think that's why we see more of more now than we ever did before.
All right, the the Angels go down in order in the bottom of the second. Kakanowitz got a K and a walk.
One of his better outings.
Braden Bishop leading it off. Yeah, a lot of kids of pros now. I mean, just look at the Blue Jays.
I mean, again, the funny thing I said about Jack Leiter, and on his own team, now we have Mahomes going football from, with the father who was baseball. You have, in Kumar Rocker's case, you have dad who was a very prominent football player, and now here we have, him being a top baseball player.
Not John.
No. Tracy Rucker. Played at Auburn, played for the Red Washington. Donnie Walton pokes one out here. Donnie Walton was like one of those absolutely just really good college player senior signs out of Oklahoma State. Also, son of a coach.
See? Bill Walton. Most notably. I assume. I assume that's also not correct.
But Evan, that is kind of that's actual true irony. Evan White being retired on what looks like the ninth play at first base.
All right, so Seattle leads 2-1 going into the bottom.
Kyle Lewis gives it a ride, but no.
No, we got some pretty good defensive center fielders out there. Logan Gilbert, I think he's got 4 Ks in the game already. And to make it 5. I even got a new keyboard, so it's nice and quiet, so I'm not clicky-clacky and all over the place.
The funny thing is we got a guy in our office who has a mechanical keyboard to do the exact opposite, but man, it has a good feel to it.
Yeah, my big one, actually they're both mechanical. This one I just got silent switches on it. They're quieter switches, so very happy. Jake Fraley got to walk in a second. He's going to hit for extra bases here in the third.
Yeah, that's definitely a gapper. I'm, as always, slightly behind.
Alex, I got the Epo Maker 68. No, Epo Maker GK 68 XS? Yeah. I did not know they made wireless mechanical keyboards.
That's what y'all have. Alex has Logitech. I have Logitech, but it's steering wheel.
Nice. My loud one is a Razer because I'm a professional gamer. So,
I guess technically I am now too. So that justifies me having my Logitech steering wheel, even if
I saw a guy today. I had to run over to Microsoft.
Oh, Shenton. Just as we talked about, big power. There we go.
412 feet to right field. Big power. I saw a guy at Micro Center. He bought essentially an entire flight sim setup. All the latest Logitech.
I did download the new Microsoft Flight Simulator today, and it is, my computer can't really handle it fully, but it is amazing.
I mean, I heard downloading it is not for the faint of internet.
I accidentally woke up at 5 a.m. and I was like, oh, Flight Sim's out. I'll click download now. 5 in the morning, it'll download quickly. It finished downloading at 9:30 this morning.
It's like 100 and something gigabytes or something.
Yes, and the servers, they were being hit.
Yeah. Carter Binns.
Yeah, I can display my geekiness here, because in addition to the steering wheel, I also, when you say whole flight sim, give up.
Oh, see.
I have mine sitting here.
Got a HOTAS and everything, right?
I do. I have a Cytec. It's an old HOTAS, but it is a HOTAS. But I've been flight simming from back when it was, epically bad.
Right. You just tweeted about this yesterday, didn't you?
Yeah, I flew Flight Sim 2, I think was my first one. I don't think I did 1, because we didn't get a computer until, 2 was out.
Yeah, see, I have a good memory for tweets. Much past that is too much for me. All right, Joe Adele gets a walk here. Jared Walsh up with a runner on first. Angels are going to need to get some runs here. I don't think that double play is going to help.
I had Flight Sim 2000, Alex. That was one that had a lot of Concorde in it and the DC-3, if I remember right.
Kakanowitz still not struck anybody out, but pitching all right.
Yeah, oh thumper, it is. And by the way, then once you download it, if you really want it to do right, it's going to download another, a couple of gig as you're playing, because it's downloading the real data of everything around you. Donnie Walton again.
I mean, that's awesome, but still kind of crazy. So look for JJ to start up his Twitch channel with him flying around. What do we got here? Wild pitch. Kakanowitz spraying all over the place. I don't know what's going on here.
The M's, Man God Rake, the M's are the 27 Yankees of the BAPL. They
Yes.
are utterly dominant. What was it, 73 and 48?
40 something crazy around there. Does it show on the box score? It does not. It's a good guess though. Game log. 75 and 35.
Yeah, 75 and 35. So we're what, 110 games in.
And the Angels are not very good in the league.
No.
Uh,
Yeah. Mango drink. Yeah, good point. TJ can butcher the prospect names. I'll butcher all the everyone on the chat tournament. Yeah.
my favorite, Sadrack Franco, coming in the game for the Angels. Runners on the corners with Kyle Lewis coming up. Still nobody out here in the top of the fifth.
Basically, I'm in a version of Celebrity Jeopardy here, and I'm Sean Connery.
All right, they walk Kyle Lewis. Jake Fraley up, bases loaded. Still nobody out. A very Scooble-esque game going on right now.
This could put this away.
We might not have to worry about extra innings tonight.
That's the Nicolino. Try to say my name. That's got a baseball reference to me.
All right, Fraley gets a 2-run single, making it 6-1 Seattle. And
Did I get it right, the Nicolino?
Kellenic drops one in.
Part of the Marlins young pitchers that were going to bring them back to prominence, and unfortunately did
I
not work
remember
out.
him. Bases loaded again.
Tokai Bijan?
Shutting up.
I was going to say, is that
Isn't that a Pokemon?
I was going to say that seems Bijan sounds Japanese to me.
It could be Bijan, like the dog.
Bijan.
So double play. Oh my God. Double play. Scores a run, but gets 2 outs, and then we get
Bijan.
we get the OOTP Classic Wild Pitch for another run to score.
Yes, I was going to say we see them every. Have we had a game, TJ, where we haven't had a wild pitch?
Definitely not. That's 3 this game.
I was going to say
They must be
we've
saving
had
them up for
3
us.
and a throw into center field.
They must be saving them up for us. Ooh.
Yeah, I'm not an anime guy, Tokai, but I am a Japanese TV guy.
Novelli Martinez.
Tokyo Diner. Ooh.
385 feet. I still need to watch these Japanese baseball animes.
I also, one of my goals that I've not done yet is go to a game in Japan someday.
If we're ever allowed to leave,
Yes.
maybe. I would be happy with getting to see them when they come over at the end of spring training, or was it right? They sent a couple teams over for a half second.
They'll do some spring training sometimes.
I'd be willing.
By the
to...
way, that leads me to a deep cut. One of my favorite shows that I've watched this year is a show. It's a K-drama, Korean drama called Hot Stove League, which is about a fictional KBO team. They don't call it the KBO, but it's KBO, and it's really awesome. Nine one. Wait, but we do have something important going on here. If we do notice,
Have the Mariners scored every inning this so far?
not that.
Oh. Don't say nothing.
Yes, I know they have a run there, but there are some other zeros.
Top secret.
I'm not saying anything more than that.
Someone did it a couple nights ago. It was very upsetting. All right, Franklin Torres with a single. And you jinxed it by mentioning it.
I did. I
Wow,
did.
That was quick.
I,
that was
without
real
even
quick.
saying it, I jinxed it.
Just thinking about it.
I didn't even say the words.
Well, that batter got a race on a nice little double play. Justice Sheffield still pitching pretty good. Let's see. Franco up to 18 pitches already after his 1 inning outing so far. I'm thinking. So, like, here's my thing. If you don't want teams to score a lot of runs, just put a mercy rule in. I mean, we've already got enough crazy stuff this year.
At many levels, but
with this crazy year, we should have thought about that
again. Well, my thing is beyond everything else. Also, is like at the end of the year, do we say, well, so and so got the home run crown, but you know what? I mean,
he was a real jerk about it.
3 of them in late inning games where they were up by a lot, so those shouldn't count.
He A-Rodded the whole season? A-Rod was the best hitter on the Yankees when they were down like 5 runs. No one was better.
I rock this. I ranked Philip Umber like number 1 on the Mets one year before all that, and so I got very excited when he did throw a perfect game. And yeah, pretty much that doesn't redeem the rest of the career, but he did throw a perfect game
with the White Sox, right?
Mm-hmm.
73 pitches so far for Logan Gilbert through 6 1/3.
We had a running joke for years at Baseball America because after Umber signed out of Rice, someone in our office like 2 months later is like, Philip Umber signed? And so forever after that, if anyone, it's still to this day, if anyone says something that obviously happened and everyone's known about it for a while, it's always, yeah, and Philip Umber signed.
So wait, you were at Baseball America for the original Generation K then, weren't you? Right?
I was not here for original Generation K. I was Baseball America reader back then, but I arrived just in time for that Rice group. My first year at Baseball America was 2002. So I was there for the Rice 3 first rounders of Umber, Townsend, and Neiman.
Stewart Aquino. Stewart? Is it just Stewart?
Stewart Aquino. I believe Dutch, if I remember right. Played, I think he has played. Let me check.
He's one of my people?
I think he has played on the Dutch team before.
Has he?
Maybe.
Oh, JJ, you have a love for Dutch baseball, don't you?
I do. Nope, he is Dominican. My bad.
Also, up to day 59 on my Duolingo learning Dutch. So I have a family in the Netherlands, and they were supposed to come visit this year for one of my cousin's weddings.
Kind of had some issues with the, unfortunately, circumstances.
Yeah. So before they were going to come, I was like, let me order some stuff so that you can bring it over, because it's kind of hard to get some of that stuff, or they want like a ton in shipping. Actually, I have that too. So I placed my order. They weren't coming, but see, smart thinking, I bought something for my son, who is small, who grows. So they were like, we should probably ship this stuff to TJ before the kid is too big for the shirts. So he got his shirt. I got my Kingdom of the Netherlands practice jersey, I think. I think it's the practice jersey. I got him the orange one, which is eye-popping. But also, weird, extremely weird. You cannot get honk ball fitted hats for the teams. They have the stores, but apparently, I don't know if the honk ball's like really, really poor and they make their players buy their own hats. Because like it's on the store and we tried to order it, but they were like, no, normal people can't buy the fitted hats. I'm like, that's very confusing.
So only a snapback.
So you can only get snapbacks, and I'm like, that's not going to happen. We don't buy snapbacks here. They did have the umpire hats that you could get in fitted. And they have the option of the home plate or field umpire hat. So I have the umpire hat with the super crazy short brim to fit under the mask.
Nice.
And fitted. So very happy to receive that from the folks in.
By the way, while we're talking, I will note that the Angels are trying to be a little feisty here.
They're making a comeback here. Who wasn't somebody down this year like 9 runs and they came back, or 8 runs?
I remember the Blue Jays were down 8, came back from an 8-run deficit, or We're up 8. I thought they were. Yeah, I think the Blue Jays were involved in a game where they were down 8 with the Rays, tied it, and then lost an extra innings down the
Yeah.
road.
So hey, anything's possible. We could still get extra innings. Hopefully that doesn't happen. No Chicago Hope after this. I need a shower. After being in a warehouse all day with no air conditioner. Yeah. Aquino, still in the game. Got a K last inning. And he's going to have to face Shenton, which I would not really be looking forward to right now. Oh, but he strikes him out. So he's got that going for him. Also, Marte hit home runs. And he also strikes him out. So if you hit a home run earlier in the game, you don't want to face Aquino later.
Apparently not.
And he gets Carter Bins to weakly ground out to the shortstop. So he's doing good. We go to the bottom of the 8th with the Mariners leading 9-2.
I don't think we're gonna.
Logan Gilbert, I don't think he's gonna get the complete game unless something good happens here. He's at,
I don't think I've seen one in our 94 pitches already.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna get
so.
something.
If he follows form, it'll be he'll get one out and then be pulled.
I was gonna say. I think that we've had that a bunch. Paris is gonna reach on an error by the third baseman Shenton. 97 pitches and a full count of Vera, and strikes him out. Might do it for him.
Oh, he did.
That is gonna do it for him. Jose.
They love the 1/3 of an inning, and then it's like okay.
Yep. Jose Cornel. I'm going to assume that's how you say it. Cornel coming into relief. No wins, no losses. 4.54 ERA on the year. 23 Ks and 35 innings. And he gets a ground ball double play, but they don't turn it. And Brandon Marsh comes up.
Mango drank. Who was the guy who was there when you were a freshman? And Dishnet, who was the UDFA? That's one of the guys I know.
All right, Braden Bishop, top of the 9th.
Clint Coulter. I covered Clint Coulter. I was at their camp, the spring training after he was drafted. Remember that year. Lucas Sweeney. I do recognize the name. I have not seen him play, but I do recognize the name just from seeing it for the tracker of the non-drafted tracker.
Robinson Pena coming in for the A's, or for the Angels.
Pacific's had a number of guys get signed.
Evan White up for the Mariners. Shoots him down the right field line. That's going to probably be extra base hits. All right. Evan White on second. Kyle Lewis up. 2 outs on the top of the 9th for the Mariners. Trying to get to double digits. And they walk Kyle Lewis. It was 3-0. They should have threw him a pitch down the plate. See what happens. Jake Fraley strikes out looking to end the inning. Maybe he was being nice, up 7 runs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe he, what you got to do.
He's like, I've read this unwritten book, so I don't know how he did it. The dark magic. Deshaun Knowles flares one out to center field to lead off the bottom of the 9th.
Big comeback coming here.
I feel it. Joe Adell. Let's see what he can do. He walks on a full count.
There comes the comeback.
Things are happening. Jared Walsh, full count. He walks too. Guys, it's falling apart. This is going extra innings. Strap in. We got Isaiah Campbell coming in.
From Arkansas. Was one of the better pitchers in the SEC a couple of years ago.
54 Ks and 54 innings and a 4.17 ERA, so there's a chance this could not go very well. 3-1 count. And they walk him. That's 3 walks in a row. Maybe they just wanted to mess up Alex's guess. So, 9-3. with Franklin Torres at the plate.
So we're a couple of runs here away from a save situation.
And Torres gets a single to center. One run will score, 9-4.
9-4, bases loaded, so that's 4. So
Tying runs on deck, right?
tying run on deck.
All right, Isaiah Campbell. Let's see if you can try to not blow
Well,
this.
it's not safe for him because he came in when that wasn't the situation. But if we bring in someone else.
There we go. He rolls a double play. But Angels score another run, 9-5.
No RBI, though.
Errol Vera up. Hitless in 3 at-bats with 2 strikeouts. And the hat trick ends the game. 9-5 Mariners.
But that made it a little better there at the end.
Got a little interesting. There was a little tick in the...
Hey, what do you get on the turning? You got a turning 2 achievement.
Oh, maybe did we set a double play record or something? Oh, it popped up in the corner probably, didn't it? I didn't see it. Fraley had a double. Evan White had a double. Marte had a homer. Shenton had a home run. Walton had a home run.
There were 6 double plays, 4 for one team. I wonder if that was it, or Kyron Paris running into 2. I don't know.
Yeah, 4 double
As
plays.
achievements go, it's not the
Not a good one. Well, I guess if you're a pitcher, pitcher's best friend and all. No extra base hits for the. I was reading Grounded Blades. Yeah, no extra base hits for the Angels. I mean, hey, scoring 5 runs on no extra base hits.
By the way, thank you all, everybody. It was cool to have a ton of you all here in the chat.
Logan Gilbert goes to 11-3. Kaganowitz 3-14. Rough.
Yeah, it's not been a fun year for him. Not been fun.
Sorry, Kaganowitz. So we will wrap up. 4 double plays. First time all year. So that will get us to August 1st in the Baseball America Prospect League. I will get this file sent over. Then you guys can go over to baseballamerica.com, and then on top you will be able to click on BAPL Sim, and you can leaf through all the statistics over there. I have a button on that, I think, somewhere. Here we go. That'll tell you more about.
Tarek Skubal's out of the game now. When I look up, it's now Daniel Norris, a one-time top prospect.
Did Skubal make it to the 3rd?
It's in the 4th now, and
it's only the 4th.
Well, I'm behind.
Oh, you're behind. I was like, my God, this has been a very long game.
No, I'm behind. No. I started it late because I was busy doing other things. So
you got to fast forward through the commercials. Bloop, bloop.
But I need to sign off. Go put the kids to bed now that we're back to school.
And more importantly, put the dog out.
Yes, that Max is going out. Max is Twitch famous.
He's I'm sure he needs to get out there. Thank you guys very much for watching. Make sure you're following Baseball America on Twitter at Baseball America. Follow JJ at JJCoop36. And we're back here next Tuesday, right here on twitch.tv/OOTP Developments with Update 9. We're getting pretty late into the season. So there's that.
Rolling along. Thank you, guys.
JJ, thanks for coming. And we'll see you guys all again next week. Take it easy, folks. Keep hitting it out of the park. I like that from Stanzik. He can hear me say this. But now I will mute us.